Sophie, what's it like having a daughter so light, passing for white?
That's a really good question. It was a shock at first. I know that I'm only half white, and I know that her father is fully white, making my daughter 3/4 white and 1/4 black, so it shouldn't have shocked me as much as it did, but I was shocked at first, like, a white baby came out of me. You spend your whole life picturing what your offspring will look like. And so even though her father ended up being white, still in my mind it was like, she's gonna be brown. She might be light brown, but she'll be brown. And then I was like, well, we'll wait till her hair grows in, and then I'm sure it'll be brown and curly. And then she grew blonde, straight hair, and I was like, of course I feel an intense bond with her. I know she's from me. We share the same personality traits, but you know, I get questions all the time. Are you the nanny? Whose is she? A lot of my friends who experience similar, like, they look different from their children, they get offended by those questions. For whatever, for me, I don't get offended by it. I get it. Like, if I weren't me, I would look at us too and wonder, like, I wouldn't place the two of us together. So I'm not offended by it because I can see from their perspective why they're confused. But that might be because I spent my whole life no one expecting me to have come from my blonde mom, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think I just was primed to not take that stuff personally.
This uniqueness of your situation, of you being darker skin and your daughter being completely white, is actually serving a purpose to open up and broaden people's horizons. Because even those situations when you have someone asking, you know, those questions, oh, are you a nanny, you know, who's this she, and you giving them the answer kind of just like, almost it's like a gentle slap on their face that, come on.
Yeah, wake up. So
Yeah.
What is the best part about your culture?
Something that I didn't perceive as the best thing when I was growing up. However, I now realize that actually it was. And it is the fact of the very big divide between the people that are financially secure and people that are actually poor. Because I've seen both sides, and up till age of 8, we lived a very good life until my dad passed away, and then I kind of had to see the other extreme. But having seen that extreme, it was very, very challenging. But what I realize now, I am who I am because I had so many challenges. It made me stronger. It made me hardworking. It made me more emotionally mature. It made me fit in terms of I am fit enough to take on challenges that maybe would frazzle most of other people. And I guess that's why people say, and I don't know if it's a stereotype, but they do say Lithuanians are very hardworking people, and that is true. We're not afraid of work because we come from a background where if you don't work hard, you're not getting anything. You have to. It's not an option. It's not a choice. You have to work really hard to just even, fulfill your basic needs.
Yeah. Like a stereotypical American, I didn't know where Lithuania was. I was like, oh, is that in Africa? Like, I didn't know even where it was, let alone to think anything about it. So, no preconceived notions, just...
Sophie, what is something you wish that non-POC people would understand that you feel most?
I feel like when the struggles of people of color are expressed, the sense I get from non-people of color is they get defensive and they feel almost like offended, or they feel threatened by the fact that someone else has an issue, a struggle that they haven't themselves experienced. And there's just this like urge to invalidate it because they haven't experienced it. And the only sense I can make of that is that they feel threatened by it, and I don't know why. So I guess I just wish that non-people of color would don't feel attacked by it. No one's expressing their struggle to attack them or to say it's their fault, or you need to defend yourself. It's just I just want to don't we all just want to be seen, heard, and understood? That's what we all want. And so if you've spent your whole life under some system of oppression, you want it to be heard, you want to express it. And in cultures like America, where there's a ton of diversity, when you want to express the struggles you've had and the person right next to you is no, you're making that up, or you're exaggerating it, or I didn't do it, that was 400 years ago, or whatever. It's I'm not threatening you, I'm just telling you my life experience. So I wish that non-people of color would just accept that there are things happening that they haven't experienced. That just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean it's not true. And I'm not being paranoid, and I'm not making it up.
I feel like sometimes, and again, this is just me being very honest, I am a little cautious, more cautious, a little bit more careful when I communicate with
a person of color.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid because I sometimes feel, and I'm sorry if this is going to come across stereotypical, because of your challenges, which are undeniable, I see it, I almost feel like I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yep.
To ignite something inside you. Almost would rather say nothing.
Yep. I've posed to my friends of color, when we engage in these conversations, we have to take a more approachable, open, not offensive, or defensive posture. It has to just be a safe space for this conversation to happen. It's almost like the unspoken agreement is, I'm not going to attack you. I'm just going to hear you. And I'm allowed to voice my disagreements, and you're allowed, but all in all, it was a safe space, and that's what allowed.
Yeah, this experience of these few days has actually been so refreshing, because the communication could flow freely, and I didn't feel those feelings of, shame and guilt and defensiveness, and I felt like we've communicated on a different level, which was beautiful because it helped me understand you and your background and your challenges so much better. And it's just nice to see that beyond the color, we have so much in common.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful feeling, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.